Do you find it hard to keep track of your cycle, or do you find it hard to know and predict when your cycle is going to start? If your answer is yes, then this video is definitely for you. In today's episode, I'm going to be going over how I track my cycle using the moon phases. If that is something that you're interested in, make sure you continue watching this video. Before we continue on, let me introduce myself. My name is Kiera. You're watching the Girl Talk Oracle podcast. If this is your first time seeing me, welcome. If you're returning back, welcome back. So let's go ahead and get into this episode for today. A disclaimer: if you do have irregular cycles due to hormonal imbalances, then definitely talk to your doctor, a medical professional, not me, not Key, because I am not that. I'm simply just giving y'all guidance on how I learned to track my cycle. This is not medical advice and should not be used as a substitution for medical advice. If you feel like your cycle is irregular, you should definitely talk to your doctor and do not get information from this video because I am not a professional. Okay. So for about 2 years now, I've definitely been tracking my cycle with the moon. I've also been tracking my sister's cycle with the moon. Shouts out to her because I always know when she's going to come on too, because we're like literally on complete opposite spectrums of the moon right now. And since I've been tracking my cycle with the moon, it's definitely have given me more insight on my body and when I'm going to start my cycle. I completely deleted all the period trackers off my phone. Did not care about it because I felt like they weren't accurate to me. And if they are accurate to you, shouts out to you because they were never accurate for me. It would always say I'm going to come on. You know how many times my app told me I was pregnant because my period was late, quote unquote late, and it actually wasn't even late. So I actually started keeping in one of my journals. And what made me start tracking the moon is because I was just writing in my journal one day and I was like, okay, I started my period on the 5th. Okay. So then I was like, what is the moon phase? What sign is the moon in? So I actually started writing down. And each month I started writing down and I went back on to track my cycle. And I noticed that I was coming on at that same time each month. Each lunar cycle is 28 days, which matches up with the average cycle of a woman's body, which is 28 days. Now, when you think about the months of the year, there are 12 months in the year. Some months have 30 days, some have 31. And then we have, oh, great February that has 28 days, depending on if it's a leap year or not, whatever the case is. Okay, that is not accurate based on the cycles of the moon. So when you actually take and this could be a video for a whole different day on how we should have 13 months in a year, okay? But when you take 28 times 13, you get 364 with one extra day for the new year, which gives you 365 days in a year. So technically, we can have 13 months in a year and one extra day for the new year. So when you look at your cycle and you realize, hey, this whole time I thought I was getting an extra cycle, or I thought I was coming on earlier than I was supposed to. No, you're having 13 cycles because there's 13 months in a year. There's 13 lunar cycles, and your body is synced with the moon. So if you start to track your cycle based on the moon, you will understand that your body is in sync and it's nothing wrong with you. You're not coming on earlier or later. Here are the different phases of the moon. You have the new moon, the waxing crescent, the first quarter, the waxing gibbous, the full moon, the waning gibbous, the last quarter, and the waning crescent. So everything is literally a cycle that leads back into the new moon. New moon is simply when the sun is not reflecting, it's reflecting on the opposite side of the moon. So we don't see, like the moon is always visible in the sky, but not visible to the eye because when you have a full moon, the sun is reflecting off the moon and we see that back here on earth. Now, when it's a new moon, the sun is reflecting on the opposite side. So we don't necessarily see that side of the moon. So it's typically dark, and that's what a new moon is, like a fresh start, new beginning. Okay. But when you learn to track your cycle with the moon, like I said, you'll understand your body a little bit more. Give it a try, 100% give it a try. I am going to link a PDF template that you can download and print off. You can actually turn it into a journal and track your cycle. You typically will only need 12 pages anyway, and you can print those at home, Staples, the library, wherever the case, and you can track your cycle that way. Like I said, I will leave that down in the description box. If you are ready to take control in charge of your body in 2025, make sure you check that out. Like I said, it's helped me a lot. It's helped me understand that my cycle is not late. My cycle is always at the exact same phase of the moon each month. And even when my cycle delays for like stress reasons and things like that, it always reverts back to that moon cycle. But that is what I have for today's video. I hope you did enjoy this little snippet of why I started tracking my cycle with the full moon, or with the moon phases. I said full moon. I'm a full moon girly, as you can tell. But that is what I have for today's episode. I hope you did enjoy it, and I will catch you back for another one. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.